Okay, so here we are ready to put the handle on the knife. Right here I have a C-clamp holding the knife down, and what we're going to be using is fabric, any sort of old shirt, cotton, preferably cotton works a lot better. It seems to soak in the resin. And then you'll need some fiberglass resin and some hardener. And I believe this is like 1 to 10 parts, so like a bunch of drops for an ounce of fiberglass resin. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut enough strips of clothing. Here I have 2 different colors because I'm going to make sort of a pattern in the wrap. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have more than enough material around this when you're done, so that you can file it away and make the handle the shape that you want it to be in the end. And right now I'm going to go ahead and mix the fiberglass resin, and then I'll set it up so that you guys can see the knife getting wrapped.
It is now.
Can you see what the knife's doing?
Yeah, you can see.
Alright, so right now I'm just wrapping the knife blade, and I'm making sure that I'm more than generous with the fiberglass resin. I didn't show you the mixing the fiberglass resin because I kind of forgot to record. So right now you're just going to see the wrapping, and all I'm doing is I'm taking layers, and you want to make sure that you don't wrap them too thick because you are going to take them off, but you want those different color layers to show. So you want to rip or cut the I should cut these. Luckily I'm working on a knife that has an edge on it. Cool. Alright, you want to cut them to a length to where they only wrap around about maybe 1.5 times. Then you want to soak them in the fiberglass resin, squeeze them, and sort of run them out, but make sure that the fiberglass resin is pretty much through and through. And then you want to wrap around. And always make sure that you're wrapping in the same direction every wrap. And remember, you want to be more than generous with the amount of fiberglass resin you use and the amount of layers you put on the knife. Because the more layers you put on the knife, it'll be easier for you to shape the handle any way you really want it. So it'll be a lot easier to do. After this step, we will shape the knife or shape the handle of the knife, and then after we shape the handle, we will be pretty much done. We'll just have to clean up the blade a little bit and put an edge on it. But for the most part, this knife is done. If I was to stop right now and let this handle dry, I've actually made it smooth enough to where it would be a workable handle, but not quite so much for how I want it. So I'm going to keep going with this. And you really want to wear gloves. I didn't wear gloves because I didn't have any on hand, but you really want to wear gloves when you're doing this because it gets really messy and your hands will be sticky for like the next hour. So check it out. This is what mine ended up looking like. I ended up just wrapping it really tight with the dry extra wraps. But what you need to do is you need to actually get duct tape or some electrical tape or even like shipping tape or something like that and wrap it really tight. That helps it to dry faster and it'll harden. And like right now, mine's already starting to harden. So let this dry for about 2 to 3 hours before you mess with it, and let it sit outside overnight if you want to make sure that this fiberglass resin smell does not cover your house, and it will be. And make sure you have a ventilated area whenever you do this. Thanks a lot. Bye. Just to show you how good of a blade this is, I'm going to show you how the heat treatment and the hardening of the blade, how it really worked, and still left a lot of spring back in this knife. See how it bends and then returns to the same place. Now the edge is still very hard, but the blade itself can take a hit and keep on going. So just figured I'd show you that. Alright, so this is where we're at. I've got the wrap on and it's dry. What I've done is I've taken off all the pieces that were loose, because I didn't use tape to tape it up so it would dry really tight, I had to use the leftover pieces of fabric and stuff, so I had to tie it really tight over top of it. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in this C-clamp over here, and then we're going to file the handle down. Now I'm not really going to show you that much of filing the handle because it's pretty straightforward. You just file whatever shape you like. If you want to put finger notches, whatever, palm swells. If it's your first time doing it, just go online, look at other knives similar to the one you've made, and look at what kind of handles they have on their knives, and then try to replicate or even create your own sort of handle design. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll come back when I've got a little bit further on, and this is the bayonet build. Okay guys, this is it. I'm all done. Here's how the fiberglass resin and cotton cloth handle turned out. Looks pretty good. Feels good in the hand. You don't slip forward or back whenever you hold it. Blade looks really good, and this is it. And now let's look at it close up. Here we have the spine pattern. Here it is from the side. I really do hope you can see this, but I didn't file completely smooth these sides. Oh man, I hope you can see how it really looks, because in person it looks really cool. Maybe not on camera, but in person, these, where you temper it, metal raises and falls, and there's little divots and everything in it. Well, where I just took a wire brush to it and left those in there, but then still shined it up, it really makes it look really good. And then along with, of course, the spine pattern. Really good knife. Really good. A nice curve to it. Nice edge, as you can see shine. It's a good knife. So, what do you think, Mike? Do you like it? Hope you do. There's one thing that I thought about doing but decided not to, just because I really like the way it looks. Thought about putting a lanyard hole, and I still may do that. I still may. And I see a lot of knives nowadays that have 2 lanyard holes, one here and one here, even 2 here and then 1 here. That's for like lashing it to a stick or something like that. You could do that here. Find you a good metalworking drill bit and drill through here, and then one up here, or 2 here. Just depends on what you like. But I like it like it is. So there you have it. In all its glory. Hope you like it, Mike.